I'm good. Linda, I'm good. I won't complain. God is good to me. Yes, he is all the time, I know. And happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thank you, too. And happy Thanksgiving back to you, too, to everybody. You know what I mean? That big turkey day is coming tomorrow. You know, I'm trying to keep room in here, you know, so I can eat up a little something, you know. But, yeah. And then I wanted to, you know, like I said, I wanted to revamp on some of the segments that we have been doing. And I hope they have been helpful and hopeful for everybody. And if so, show me some hearts. Let me know that they're working for you and you're learning something, you know. And it's, even if it's just interesting, you know, to you. Show me some hearts, y'all, so I can know that this thing is working, you know. Hey, Frank, you know, so... tonight, I was going to talk about like revamping on some of the past things that we have talked about, and to bring back up, you know, don't forget the 12 steps. You know what I mean? And to know that those tools are there. They would always be there. You know what I mean? I have people coming on the couch, and now, you know, people are really getting interested in coming on the couch, but we still got to get down with the get down, you know what I mean? And keep the tools that we have to use to stay clean, you know, and to get to understand what, you know, recovery, you know, and the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous, you know, are all about, and how they help us, you know, and the ones who are interested and want to be helped, you know. Thanks, Sharon. You enjoyed every segment. I appreciate that. You know, you got a spot on the couch too, girl. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's for whatever. Let's get on here and let's do what we do. You know what I mean? Let's be an ear, you know, and an eye opener, you know, and a person of interest in what's going on, you know, with each other, and help each other, you know, kind of learn things, face things, deal with things, and fix things. You know, a lot of times, you know, we don't get platforms like this. You know what I mean? And I'm just a person, I just talk. I'm going to put that thing out there. I'm going to put it out there the way it comes to my heart. You know what I mean? I've learned how to accept the things I can't change, and yet change the things I can, and have the wisdom to know the difference. You know, and I am proud of who I am becoming. All because of this, all because of these tools, all because of these 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous, all because of people who suffered and deal in situations like mine that helped me, you know. Hey, Patrice, what's up, cousin? You know, and I love what I do. You know, I don't know everything. I'm just a person who is a grateful recovering addict, you know what I mean, who's a junkie, and learn how to stay clean. You know, and I just talk the walk I walk, and I talk with the talk that I talk. You know what I mean? I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not an Indian chief, and y'all know what I mean by that. But I am a grateful recovering addict, you know, who doesn't have a problem with sharing her strengths and hopes with you. You know, I'm trying to live my life at peace, and I'm trying to live my life with truth. You know what I mean? Because the truth definitely sets you free, y'all. The truth sets you free. I'm telling you, you know, and I hope that you guys have heard enough, and heard some, or, you know what I mean, heard people share, and they come on and they share their strengths and their hopes with you, regardless of whether it's depression, whether it's mental health, you know what I mean, whatever the situation is. You know what I mean? Because everything everybody can say can help somebody. You know what I mean? And that's the name of the game. You know, but for me, I've come a long way. I've come a long way down that road, y'all. You know, that hole was deep that I fell in. That thing was real deep. You follow? And that tunnel was long. I got stuck in that bad boy for quite some time. You know what I mean? But there is another side to the tunnel, and you can get out. You know what I mean? You definitely can get out. When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know what I mean? And you have to put your all in, you know, this is why I'm on here sharing these things to the still suffering, the people that are still using, the people that are still struggling, and the people that are still clean. Because it's a process to the whole thing. You know what I mean? And like I said before, just because you get clean don't mean that you're well. It doesn't mean that you're fixed. You know what I mean? It kind of puts you in a stable position. You know what I mean? And then we have to continue to take the medications that we learn through the tools that we're taught, and we have to keep ourselves maintained. You know what I mean? Like the Tin Man. You know what he say? Slide a little oil, and he started moving his arm. You know what I mean? But if he didn't have the oil and he dried up, he couldn't do shit, and we don't want to get stuck. You know what I'm saying? So we got to always know and always use our tools, you know, and our tools, my tools, are the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. My tools are all the information, education that I learned through NAAA. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I put my ingredient together for myself, and it's like baking a freaking cake. You know what I mean? When I started baking my cake, I chose my cake to be chocolate. You know what I'm saying? So when I was being taught how to bake this cake, it was teaching me all the ingredients that makes a chocolate cake. So if I let vanilla cake in my chocolate cake, what you think it's going to do to it? It's going to change it. If I add strawberry cake in my chocolate cake, it's not going to make my cake complete as being chocolate. So the only thing that can come in my cake is for the, my ingredients is the ingredients for a chocolate cake. You know what I mean? So that's to be aware, to be alive, and know that I can't let anything other than that come in and spoil what I have started baking. You know, and I hope y'all understand and hear me when I say things, because y'all know I get into all that kind of stuff. I just think of whatever that can make you understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And, you know, hey, Denise, you know, because for some of us, you know, I can't get all technical and all big worded and all that stuff for you, because that sometimes can just keep your head frozen or keep your head stern. But if I talk real talk and talk some things that you understand and make scenarios of how you can understand it, it can help us, some of us, a lot better. You know, I was one of those, some of those, you know, that it helped that way. You know what I mean? Otherwise, things bored me and I turned it away, and it didn't make sense because I really wasn't hearing it, even though I was listening to it. You know what I mean? So I couldn't get it because I couldn't see it. So I had to learn how to listen so that I can hear, and then I was able to see. And then as I did, I don't care if I can't spell a word, I'm going to spell it my way so I can understand it. This is what that word is. It's saying what you're saying. It's just not spelled like it's supposed to be spelled. But I know what it means, and I know what it's saying. You know what I mean? Because I have to build my Build-A-Bear. I have to build myself. I have to build my platform. You know what I mean? I have to build out. I can use this. I could use that. I could take this. I could take that. I'm not going to want everything that's coming to me. You know what I mean? But what does come to me and give me those chills and get inside me, I'm most certainly going to take, because it made me feel it. You know what I mean? And we as addicts, you know, we have to feel shit. This shit got to be real. We got to feel shit to even understand it. You know, we got to feel it to even think about it, to want to believe it. But when it comes straight like a gut punch and you hear it, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it, then you're going to receive it. And once you receive it, you're going to see it. You know what I mean? And you're going to lock that into your toolbox, and you're going to make this a part of you and what you have to work on. So this is what I mean by use your tools. Use what you have learned and use what you have gained to recognize this sickness that is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Trust me, it is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And it works through people, places, and things. And we have to learn how to live that too. You know, so everything and everybody and every place is not the right place sometimes for you. You know, and part of you, that sickness will tell you it's okay to go there and to be there, and you'll be all right. You know what I mean? But you have to have the wisdom to know the difference, that what is good for you, you know. Nobody can tell you. I can't see through your head and you can't see through mine, but you know. You definitely know, because this thing starts with you and it ends with you, and it is you. It is just a loss of choice and decision, you know what I mean? And being able to stay in control of self, because we have lost control in a bad way, in a vicious way, in a sick way, in a silent way, in a way that just wants to kill you, knock you out, and knock you down. You follow what I'm saying? You have to recognize that disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And before you could do that, you have to surrender, or you have to submit or admit that it's even a disease. You know, words are vicious, and people don't like to say these things about themselves or to themselves. But for us, the truth will set you free. Of us learning to listen, to hear, to see will allow you to hear things that you don't understand about it, and then you will be able to learn about the sickness that we live. Make sense? Am I going too fast? Am I moving too fast? Y'all know I can roll. I can roll with these things, and I'll keep going and going and going. You know what I mean? But I don't want to lose nobody. You know what I mean? I want everybody to hear me, understand me, so you can understand you of the sickness that we have and the people that are dealing with this sickness. You know what you follow me? You know, hey Rynette, you know, so you know, when I share, I get to feel in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's what? Hey, I get high every time I speak like this. This is the best high I ever had in my entire life. You know what I mean? That I could feel every time I hit it. You follow what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of it, Bree. This is the beauty of it, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? It can't touch. The disease can't touch it. Drugs can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? Once you get the vitamins, the iron, and the minerals that you need to learn this thing, and you open up and you battle this thing, because guess what? You got to put your cape on. I'm telling you. You got to put your cape on. You got to have a Batmobile. You got to have all that shit. Aquaman, you got to be Optimus Prime. You got to be them all. You know, because this storm is vicious. This storm is a killer. This storm is powerful. You hear what I'm saying? But you can come out the storm. You just got to keep fighting it. It's going to battle you. It's going to battle you till death do us part. You know what I mean? But once you get it down and you put it in remission, you got to keep it there. You got to keep that thing right where it needs to be, because it is hard to find your senses and then try to find your emotions, because the disease broke it all up into a damn puzzle and put us in a matrix, you know what I mean, where we don't know where nothing is. We got to learn how it is. We don't even know what nothing feels like no more. We got to learn all these things. All of these things, and it ain't gonna be a real pretty ride. It's not gonna be cruising in the caddy. You know what I mean? This thing gonna be a broke down old jalopy. You follow what I'm saying? That ain't got barely any of the parts, and we gotta learn how to put the parts back together to the car so that the car can drive. You follow? So it's not easy. It is not easy, but you're not alone. That's the thing. You're not alone, and there's plenty help out here for you. The help is there. You just got to know and want it. You got to want it that much. We have to learn how to speak up, you know, and let them know, look, I'm dying. I'm dying. My life is just demolishing. You know, disease is so cunning, baffling, and powerful, it won't even allow you to think that way. It'll silence you. It'll silence you right up and make you think that it's okay. It'll beat you up so bad, it'll say, take your little ass out there and you go feed me. And you go feed me right now, or I'm going to make you suffer. And that's what it does. And the suffering, anybody that gets high and anybody that knows alcohol and drugs, when you suffer, is the worst pain in the world. This is why we run and try to fix it. This is why we don't hear you telling us, you need to come, you don't need to be doing this, you don't need to be doing that. Look, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. I'm going to fix this shit because this shit hurt. This shit is painful, and it's a pain that we can't even describe. You follow what I'm saying? I don't even have words for it. All I got words for is the fact that it took control. It made me do whatever that voice said do to get what it needs to get fixed, and I did it. And I did it with honor. I did it with stride. And I was out there, couldn't even see what I was doing because disease blind me. Again, my mind and my mental is in one place, and my feelings and my emotions is in another one. And that's called dis-ease. DIS/EASE. I couldn't control either one. I had no control of it. It will let me think at 1 minute, but my heart wasn't there. Or it let me feel at 1 minute and my thinking was totally against what my heart was feeling. Ooh, that was nice. I like that one. But that's how it works. I try to share to you what it did to me, and I know it don't discriminate with nobody else. You know what I mean? It don't turn nobody else's life around but to death, institutions, and jails. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you see, that's what you know, and that's what it is. And I don't have a problem with helping the next still suffering addict or alcoholic today, because somebody got to do it. You know what I mean? And I promise my higher power that I would give all that I can give if he would save my life this last time. And this is 37 years later, and I'm still doing it. And I had my roller coaster ride. I tried to drink. Drinking was just as bad. That shit was nasty. It stink. I didn't know how to do it, and I wanted to do it because I was still on the drug called society. I was still hanging out there with the same people, the same places, doing the same things, and I end up trying to drink, and before I can get to a drink that I like, that I never found any damn way, I done drank all kinds of damn drinks, and ain't none of them worked. All of them did the same thing. It made me drunk. That's what it did. It made me out of my mind, just like drugs. It did the same damn thing, but in a different style, in a different way, but it just wasn't right. And my guilt in my heart, I knew I shouldn't be drinking. I know that's called relapse, but I did it anyway because I felt like the same way I felt in the trap of saying I could do cocaine and I can do that drug and I can smoke that drug and that shit would never happen to me. I said the same thing about alcohol. You follow what I'm saying? And alcohol took me on another journey. You know what I mean? That wasn't good, you know, and I had no control of it. I had no control of it. Once I got 2 drinks, I was tore up from the floor. Pretty much what we call fucked up. That's what I was. You know what I mean? And I was acting like that shit was doing good and it was making me feel good. Oh, this ain't bad. I can handle this too. And I went from one side of the damn town to the other side of the damn town, got home and had McDonald's and freaking Wawa's food smashed all over my bed, all in my head. You know what I mean? But I had it under control. And I had to be driving totally drunk. You follow what I'm saying? How I got home was but for the grace of God, who kept his hands around me and got me where I needed to be. And I had to stop and I had to think about that. And I had to ask God for forgiveness, because you know what? I may have put the cocaine down, but I picked up another drug of choice. And they taught me that when I was in rehab, that that's not what can happen. You can't go from one drug to the next. You know what I mean? To each his own. Who does? Because y'all know when I'm sharing about me. I'm sharing about my walk. That's why I talk the talk. You follow what I'm saying? But what works for one may not work for the next. And it can do you can take whatever out of this that you want, and you can just be who you are and do what you do. I'm not trying to change a soul. I'm only giving information and education to ones who need to hear it, wants it, and want to be learned and taught and brought aboard about it. You know what I mean? I love sharing. I love speaking this. I love working with the suffering. You know what I mean? And you know what I did? I relapsed that thing when I did that. That's called relapse. But I refuse to let it be a relapse to me. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I was like, well, you know what I mean? I'm not going to give up all these years that I stayed off of cocaine. You know what I'm saying? But in the tradition, that is definitely that's how it is. That's the rule. But for me, because I feel as though I walk my walk, I feel as though it starts with me and it ends with me. I made the decision to go back where I left off in recovery, and I have been there ever since. You follow what I'm saying? And I know now because I got the Z's where it needs to be, because I'm no longer living the life of dis-ease, DIS/EASE. I'm living the life of the Z's. I am aware. I know how you work. I know how you function. I know what I can and cannot do, because I follow my tools today. I follow all my tools today. I follow those 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. And guess what? It keeps me straight. It keeps me on a straight and narrow, because I believe in it. And I got honest with myself. And I gave up that old stinking ass disease called society. You know, where people expect certain things of me. People want to see certain things of me. You know what I mean? But it ain't about them. It's about me. You know what I mean? It's about my world, my circle. You know what I mean? I open and close the doors to anybody that comes in my life. You know what I mean? And if it's not good, if it's a bunch of weight that's in a luggage, I don't want it. You know what I mean? I can respect you, I can care for you, and I can pray for you. I'm going to do that anyway. But to have it in my presence, I don't need it. I don't want it and I don't need it. And these are just the decisions that I learned how to make. And this is what I have to do to stay clean. I don't need all the trauma. You know what I mean? I'm dealing with enough trauma by living with this sickness that's cunning, baffling, and powerful. Cunning, baffling, and powerful. And I know that it works through people, places, and things. And it's nothing that I was taught in this program and in these 12 steps that have not disappointed me yet. That has not allowed me to think that it's a bunch of crap. You know what I mean? It works for me. It works for me. It works for me. I'm going to say that again. It works for me. Now, will it work for you? I don't know. But I'm definitely going to talk about it. I'm definitely going to offer you the information and education on it. You follow what I'm saying? And maybe it will. Hey, you know, maybe it will work for you. You know, and when I'm sharing, I'm not telling everybody that this is what you got to do because it was what I done or the way that I did it. Hell, I had to bake my own cake. You know what I mean? I'm just staying aware and alert and alive not to let nothing in the chocolate cake. You follow what I'm saying? I got to keep the cake chocolate. You know, I have to keep me on the straight and narrow. You know, even if it hurts me to give people up. Even if it hurts me to give places up and hurts me to not have to do things anymore. You know what I'm saying? I know what is good for me. I have tools to work with. I believe in what I do. I believe in these tools and they work for me. You follow? I'm just introducing them to you, the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. And if they work for you, by all means, y'all get busy. You know what I mean? Because one thing I do know, disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful, and it's hard to battle that shit alone. You know, it loves to get you on a one-on-one, especially when it makes you feel like you strong, you this, but you going in and out, in and out, in and out. Name of the game is stop it all because it's killing you slowly. It is a death trap. Is a straight death trap, and that's what it does. It kills silently, and it makes you and think you having fun while you dying. You know what I mean? And I say these things strong because it's the truth. It's the truth. You know, people are functional. People can do all these things. I couldn't. You know what I mean? I just know what Tracy couldn't do. You follow what I'm saying? I watch and see thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people who can't do it either. You know what I mean? Only the strong survive in recovery. And in order to be the strong survive, you have to learn how to surrender, you know, and know that there's a higher power greater than yourself. And then you have to learn how to be truthful to yourself. And this sickness won't allow you to be truthful because you become a lie in the sickness. You know what I mean? You believe the lies for you in the sickness. You don't even realize that you're lying. You got to learn how not to lie no damn more. You know what I mean? And by that, you have to get help. These things have to be taught to you. It's like crawling before walking again. You know what I mean? And then it comes down to the nitty gritty that is one word, two letters, one syllable that saves our lives. And that's no by any means necessary. And it doesn't matter what the situation is. No means no. Hear me, Bree. No means no by any means necessary. This too shall pass, and so with the pain, you just got to fight it, stand up and put your fists up, honey, and you got to fight. And when I say fight, you got to pray to that higher power to ask you for some more ammo. Ask you for all the ammo that you actually can get, what you have room for, because disease will make you think you won't have no room. Disease will make you think that you got enough. It's never enough. It's a daily, everyday thing. Because let me tell y'all, a day starts with a second, and a second becomes a minute, and a minute becomes an hour, and an hour becomes a day, and a day becomes a week, and a week becomes a month, and a month becomes a year. It's one day at a time. Trust me, it's one day at a time. And don't rush nothing. You got to do what you can do within that day. And whatever you do in that day is called SUCCESS. Success. Shit. Feeling this shit. Feeling this shit. It's been a minute since I've been able to get off. I love it. You follow what I'm saying? I hope I'm not going too fast, because if I am, y'all let me know. I will repeat it, and I will repeat it, and even if it comes out another way, it's all meant for the same thing, and that means recovery. That means to understand what you are living with, the sickness that this thing is, the power that it brings, and the deaths that it's taken our people, and it's taken our babies, and it's taken your loved ones, and it's demolishing our brains. You know what I mean? And we having fun. You know, we having a whole lot of fun. I talk this shit because I walk this shit, and I don't walk both sides. I done did it all. I did almost everything you could possibly do. All that knows me know that. You know what I mean? But today, hey, look, I see that 100 on there. I feel 100. I do. I feel 100 because you know why? I'm sharing my strengths and hopes, and I'm offering what I have to you to help you to get better. And you can help me help others get better, as you all have been doing. Hey, Gloria, you know, as you all have been doing. You follow? Girl, I got to take a breath. I got to take a breath because I ain't even done. I want to talk some more. I want to talk some more real shit. I want people to know, and I want y'all to hear me. You know what I'm saying? Hear me. When we have these guests, I have these different guests on here that come on here and speak about their depression. Do you know we've been dealing with depression for so long, and people didn't know? People couldn't talk about it because they didn't know. You follow what I'm saying? But that's in those days of depression. Today is open. Today is out here, and there's so many of us. There's so many of us that's dealing with this situation, and we can't even recognize it sometimes. This is why I have people on here that wants to come on and share, their situations with you and with me. This is why I have them come on here, because people don't want to hear this shit. People don't want to talk about it with you. People want you to keep it all smugged inside of you, but you are the one that's feeling the pain. You are the one that's seeing the darkness. You understand what I'm saying? You are the ones that's reaching for help, and there's nobody out there to help you. Well, guess what? We helping each other, and this is what this platform is all about, so we can help each other with each other. You know, we have to learn how to do this a little bit more. Open up to this a little bit more. You ain't by yourself. Trust me, you're not by yourself. There's so many of us out there, and some is too shame to the game. Some want to act as if there's nothing wrong. Some want to act as if, oh, I've been there, done that, but I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, with disease, you're never okay. This is where you stop. You know what I'm saying? This is where you stop. I'm telling you, you know, or suggesting to you, don't never think that disease is going, because it's not, because disease is you. You know what I'm saying? And it's your stinking thinking. It's the power that comes in you, that you know that you have a weakness that can separate you from your thinking and your emotions. Hell, you could just be sitting down and say, shit, I'm going to go get high for no reason. You don't want to, but you get up and you do it. You understand? That's a voice. That's the subconscious mind talking to you. You hear it. You hear it before I hear it from you. You'll hear it before I see you do it. You will hear it because it is you. You have to hear it. And I hope this makes sense. You hear things before you do any damn thing. Whether or not you can acknowledge it and recognize it or not, you hear it, it's there, it's saying something. The conscious mind going to be the first thing that works. Hey, Erica. I see you, Bree. You saying deep. You know, you have to. I'm offering my help to you. You know what? I'm offering my help to anybody and everybody. This is why I'm on this live. But if it becomes a personal thing, I'm open for that too. If it becomes sponsorship, I'm open for that too. I can't sponsor everybody, but I'm damn sure trying to do my best on this live. You know what I'm saying? This is why I do it weekly. You follow? This is why I do it weekly. I've been working in this field for a very long time. And believe me, from the time that I was in rehab till the time of rehab today is a whole goddamn change. It ain't nothing like the same. And I keeps that real too. It is nothing of the same. And most people go in and come out the same damn way. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have to have the strong in here, in these places. You have to have people who know what this walk is all about. And you have to have people who's willing to talk the real walk. You follow what I'm saying? So I hope y'all understand when I say that. I'm not saying that rehabs don't work. I'm just saying that rehabs is business just like any damn thing else. And a lot of us come in and we get the opportunities to go in these places and go anytime we want, when we want, the whole 9 yards. They become goddamn timeshares to some of us. You follow what I'm saying? Because some of us are content with what we have available for us. You know, when this thing became a mental health thing, oh wow, things change. Things change. Rules, regulations, you know, stipulations, the whole 9 yards. And for us, that's not good. For us, that is not good as an addict. That's not good for us because it really basically enables us. It make us do what we want, not being interested in getting clean. You know what I mean? And don't forget, you only get 30 damn days. You follow what I'm saying? And about time you get yourself together, even when you go in, you probably got about 2 weeks down. You follow what I'm saying? So you got to look at this. So especially us from old school, we know the respect is gone, a lot is gone, but it don't have to be that way. Because if you have the heart, the mind, the soul, you know what I mean? The grace, the willing from God to help another person, that's what you're going to do. You follow what I'm saying? For some of us, all these places are just jobs, you know, and I share this because I mean this. I share this because I've been in this. I share this because I'm talking what I know, and I walk the walk of what I talk. You follow what I'm saying? So we got to work harder with our people. We got to work harder for our loved ones. You need to know this. You know what I mean? You need to know that this thing is vicious all the way around. You know what I mean? Because you want to keep sending them in rehabs and keep sending them in psychs and keep sending them here. Sometimes you can make a person sicker. Especially if they don't want it. If they ain't ready for it. If they never even got the opportunity to know what it's really all about. You follow? You be enablers in so many different ways that you don't even recognize that. And we push people off, you know? We push them out there. We push them away from us. Shit, they don't mind. Oh, shit, okay, well, I just go to the damn rehab then. You follow what I'm saying? But some of us go into rehab to get help. Everybody don't. And I'm not speaking about everybody. You know what I mean? You got to have that. You got to have that support. You know, they have to have support, strong support, even if they're not giving you the feedback from what you expect for them to give you. You know what I mean? Because you're not the sick one. You know what I mean? And 9 out of 10, you don't even know how disease works. You know what I mean? You're looking at it all on a negative base, or just is no help for them, or they can't be helped. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. It just takes tolerance. It really does. You know, I'm not saying let them run over you, and I'm not saying let them steal from you. I'm not saying let them do all the crazy shit that we do, because we vicious. You know what I mean? We're going to do whatever we could do. We don't give a shit how you feel, because we have no feelings, because an addict and an alcoholic works with no emotions. We have no emotions. We don't even know what emotions feel like no more. We don't even know what that shit is. All we know is all the bad ones, you know, all the negative ones, all the hungry ones. That's all that disease leave us with. You follow what I'm saying? And that's all we know how to act from. That's the only thing we can give you, you know, because we don't know how to do anything else. And if we caught up in the storm, this is what I'm talking about. We just don't know. We can't do it. You know what I mean? So it has to beat us up enough so that we want the help. And we might tell you 15 times that we wanted help and we went right back out and got high again. That's because you can't stop. You can't stop getting the help. I still get the help. This is my help. I still get the help. You know what I mean? Because I know, and it comes to what you believe in, that disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. This is what I mean by that, and this is why I continuously say that. You got to know this thing is vicious. You got to know that it's cunning, baffling, and powerful. And you got to know that it works through people, places, and things. When we go to rehabs, when we go to psych, when we go to church, when we go to SJs, wherever we go, it's people there, it's a place, and everybody's doing things. There's something going on. And this is called life. It happens. You can't escape it. So you have to learn how to live back in with it in a way of control of getting medication that works for you and help you to become so solid again. But you can never not be aware. You can never say, okay, I'm well now, or I'm fixed now. You know, because again, it's silent. And again, it's convincing. And again, it'll make you feel like, okay, I did this time, everything's okay. I ain't never going to drink a drug another day in my life. And some of us don't. Some of us will not. You know, I'm not saying everybody will, but I am saying the ones who do, you know, and we are the suffering ones. You know what I mean? And when we do, this thing take us right back to where we left off. There's no in between. You go right back to where you left off. And it'll make you feel 10 times as comfortable as you did the last time, because you're going to go back and go right back insane, right back out of order, right back can't think, eat, sleep, drink. You're going to go right back to tricking, drugging, stealing, going to jail, going to institutions, and a lot of us are dying. Somebody hear me? Y'all hear what I'm saying? So you got to start somewhere. You got to start with surrendering. Recovery is something that you have to want to do. Stop using drugs and alcohol is something that you have to want to do. We have people that drink their life to death. We have people that get high to death. You know, we have people like myself that learn how to get clean, and we help save ourselves. But I've been beat up. My inside's been beat up too. I put enough cocaine in this shit to do a whole lot of damage, even though I haven't been doing it in years. It did what it did. You know, I hope that when I need the organs that they all work good. You know what I mean? You know, that I don't no longer feed it the drugs. I try not to feed it, the poison. You follow what I'm saying? To me, to be aware is to be alive. You know what I mean? And I think about it that way. This is how it works for me. This is how I keep up on my P's and Q's with the sickness that I have. You know, I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. I don't want nobody to or even hate me or even look at me like I'm a piece of shit. People do that any damn way. You know what I mean? People think and do all that kind of shit the way they want to. You know what I mean? People keep my past, my future. You know what I mean? But good job. Continue to keep it my future, because guess what you doing? You helping me stay clean. You keeping me reminded of where I don't want to be. You follow what I'm saying? You got to build the bear, Bree. You got to build the bear, and you got to put up your defense, you know, against this disease, because it works through people. You know what I mean? People bring all kinds of shit to you, and going to places will make you see all type of things. I remember when I first got high, I'm looking at my wall, and it looked like it was a pipe. That damn crack in the wall wasn't no damn pipe, but disease told me that it was. You know what I mean? I had to have my brother come fix that damn crack in the pipe. You know what I mean? I had to share this at the rooms in the meetings. It wasn't ignorant. It wasn't nutball. I'm not crazy. It is the power of sickness. You know what I'm saying? Made me think all kinds of shit. And I had to share it because they told me don't keep it in. Keep it out. There ain't nothing funny about it. You're not dumb. You're not stupid. And you're not. You know what I mean? You're just reaching out for the help, and you're getting it the best way that you possibly can, because this is how we do it. You know what I mean? Because disease make us forget. It make us feel like we stupid. It make us feel embarrassed. It give us all the emotions that can keep us down. You know what I mean? We got to fight for the emotions that's going to pick us back up. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I mean by dis-ease. You follow? We have to bring that dis-ease, D-I-S/EASC, to one word to understanding the power of disease, the power of sickness, because the disease is our sickness. There's nothing wrong with surrendering to that. It's nothing wrong to admitting that. You know what I mean? Because if this is your way of survival, and this is what you come to believe in, and this is come to your belief, hey, that's all that matters. It don't matter what anybody else say or think how we should think about this. You know what I mean? Some of us can't even go a day without drinking. Some of us can sit back all day long and drink because that's what your body is content with. That's where your mind is every day that you have to feed. It's silent. It don't make you feel like you're an alcoholic. It don't make you feel like I can't have a drink if I don't have a drink today. It's even with coffee, stuff like that, or with a Pepsi and shit like that. Same shit. You know what I'm saying? Same shit. You know what I mean? I gotta have it. That's because that's what your body wants. That's what your body is used to. That's what you've been feeding your body. This is what your body aged for every day. If this works that way for you. You know what I mean? I had to stop drinking Pepsis too. You know what I'm saying? That shit was tearing me up too in a whole nother way. You follow? So I can't drink them anymore. You know, finding my way to recovery allowed me to know how to deal with all types of situations that I deal with that I didn't know how to deal with before. You know what I mean? Because I've learned so much and I come to believe in it. You know what I mean? It's just like anything else. If you believe in the Bible, if you believe in the Quran, you know what I mean? It's what works for you. It's what's worked for you. I'll say that again. It is what works for you. And nobody could tell you what works for you. You know that. Nobody could tell you what type of relationship that you have with your higher power. You know that. And you know the results that with your higher power spill upon you, just like they do. And if you don't do it the way somebody else do it, don't make your way wrong. If it's working for you, you let it work. That's what you do. You let it work, you know, because I'm not you and you not me and you not that person and you not this person. You are you. And this type of program starts with the I. This type of recovery starts with the I. And it starts with you. I don't care who you are and what your life going to be going to end with you. How about that one? How about that one? People are very quick to tell you, you know what I mean? But what are you doing? Why? Because you functionable? What are you doing? You're doing no different than what I'm doing. You're just handling it just a little bit better than I could. You know what I'm saying? You smoking the same shit. You drinking the same shit. You know what I mean? You shooting the same shit. You follow what I'm saying? And just because you can function and I can, don't make you no different than me. You understand what I'm saying? Because it killed me very much quicker than it's killing you. You know what I mean? But you ain't going to tell me that it's not killing you because it's poison. And that's what poison does to anybody or all of us. You know what I mean? But this disease is so tied up and entwined in your head like you got this. And you know this can't happen to you. Hey, what they say? Never say never. They say never say never. You follow a whole lot of people that said never ain't ever no more. You understand what I'm saying? I believe it. I believe in these things because I learned how to listen. I learned how to listen to the advice and to the encouragements that people were giving me and offering me. I learned how to listen to the stories that people were suffering the same way I was. I went to NA and AA, and that's where I heard so many stories that were just like mine. Some of them was totally identical. Because disease does not discriminate. It does not discriminate. And again, these are just the words of me, a grateful recovering addict who's just talking her talk because she's walked that walk. And this is the information that I'm offering you. I'm not telling anybody that it has to be this way for them. I'm just telling you what I know. You know, I'm just telling you what works for me. And I know it works for a whole lot of other people. You know what I mean? But some of us can be in denial and stay in denial. And some of us don't have to believe that this thing is killing you and this is doing this and this is doing that. I pray for everybody. I pray for every single person that deals with drugs and alcohol and the ones that don't deal with drugs and alcohol. But I know that the disease is so cunning and so baffling and so powerful that this is what it does. It'll make you say, man, she talking shit. You know, that shit ain't gonna happen to me because I know who I am. I know what I can do. I said the same damn words. And let me tell you, it told me different. It showed me different. That shit like to kill my ass. That's what it did. It like to kill me. It killed my brain, almost killed it dead. You understand what I'm saying? It took my heart and it fried it. I couldn't even feel the damn shit no more. You understand? And it was hard to get these things back. It was hard to get these two things. It was like taking a magnet that was working backwards. You know what I mean? Just to get it to go forward, you know? But the fight and the people who helped me and the people who stood by my side and the people who kept energizing me with the right information and the right medication and the right tools. And I'm not talking about no physical medication like a pill. I'm not talking no physical medication like give me a shot. I'm talking about words of wisdom. I'm talking about strength and hope. I'm talking about the 12 steps. I'm talking about the stories. I'm talking about everything that these people had to offer me. Because when I saw the people in that place that got better, I was totally in shock. I thought half of them was dead. I thought half of them was gone. And guess what? They was in recovery. They was living a life. They was living a good life, the best life of their life. And majority of the ones that I know is still living it today because they still believe and they still came to believe in a higher power greater than themselves that helped them restore sanity, just like me. Just like me. I ain't crazy. I ain't never been crazy. You know what I mean? I was captured. I was captured by a high that made me feel fabulous. I was captured by a crazy ass society that made me feel like I was somebody. You know what I mean? That surround me like a mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle. You know what I mean? And all the time it was demons. It was the devil. You follow what I'm saying? But I was caught up in it, and I lived for them, and I stayed out there, and I did all the things that were expected of me to do and be and become. You understand too? I'm saying, understand what I'm saying? Until I start messing with them drugs. You know, I sold drugs. I did it all. I had all these things in my life. And what did I get from him? Nothing but sorrow, pain, hurt, and losing my damn mind. You understand what I'm saying? But for the grace of God, I found God in my life. I found a higher power and something greater than myself that helped me restore my sanity. And I've learned those 12 steps, and I've learned scriptures, all that. All that helped me, and it helps me to this day. I'm still learning. I'm no genius. You know what I mean? And I'm no angel. You follow me? But I am a grateful recovering addict, and I do keep my life clean, and I try to do it daily, every day, like I said. But everybody has one day, and you can't do everything and get everything successful in one day. I don't care what it is, because a day starts with a second becomes a minute becomes an hour becomes a day becomes a week becomes a month, and a month becomes a year. And that's for everybody. And we can only get the day one day at a time. And I learned how to live that way. Feeling good. I'm feeling real good, y'all. I'm hyped. Real hyped right now. And I'm feeling good. And I hope y'all feel good. And I hope y'all hear what I'm saying. You follow what I'm saying? I hope this can help somebody, because it's sure enough helping me. I'm going to tell you, boy, I'm high as shit right now. I'm on like fire. I'm going to tell you all the truth. I'm on like fire, you know, and I can go on and on and on, and I could talk more and more and more. You follow what I'm saying? And I love what I'm saying. And I love the information and education that I'm trying to put out. You know what I mean? And I love anybody who wants to hear it, because guess what? It's real. And surrender means surrender. You know what I mean? It's hard to be an addict or an alcoholic and know what truthful means. It's hard to be an addict and alcoholic to know what love really means. And I'm not saying everybody suffer and don't love their loved ones, but do you love you? Do you realize that the one that's getting the beating is you? Even if you can sit down every day and have a drink every day, all day, and drink all the time that you want to do you know this is called suicide? Do you know abusing drugs and alcohol is a no-no? Do you know that bottle tells you you should only drink about this much to protect them, and you drink this much, and this much ain't going to touch your feeling. It ain't going to touch where you want to be. And you got to drink enough of it, and then you got to drink enough of it again, and then you got to drink enough of it again, and then you got to drink enough of it again, and then you got to hit enough of it, and then you got to hit enough of it. But when it comes to the drugs, this drugs is a powerful thing. That thing snatch your ass in a heartbeat, where you don't even have the control. You can't say I don't want no more. It's going to tell you, damn if you don't, you're going to take your ass and get me some more. I don't care how you got to get it. You're going to get this. Because see, you lose yourself every time you take a hit. You lose yourself every time you take a drink. You lose yourself in your own pace. Put it that way. In your own pace. This is why I say what works for one may not work for the next. You know, like I said, I know people who've been drinking forever, and they still drinking, and they still sitting in them same damn spots. They still sitting in them same damn seats. They still doing the same damn thing. And a disease is allowing you to be functional doing it. But when you get sick, then here it comes in another avenue to you. You understand what I'm saying? Then it affects you in a way that you can't even live, because you don't have your insides. And I say this all the time, y'all. Y'all can look it up. Your insides is so beat down and weak and toe up from the flow up from the wrong toxic and of poison that you are giving yourself and drinking yourself and shooting yourself every day. You know what I mean? Until the disease sets in and you so comfortable with it that you don't think it's doing nothing to you. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's just doing it slowly, that's all. It's just taking its bitty old time. That's what it does. That's what it do. And these are just some words of wisdom. These are just suggestions that I'm telling you. You don't have to, believe in what I say, or, I'm quite sure somebody knows somebody who went the way that I'm talking about. You follow? All right, you functional. Okay, you can work. Okay, you can have things. Okay, you can sit down. You can eat with your family. You can do all of that, but you're still doing the same thing when you drink and you drug that we do. We just did it a little bit more. It didn't affect us like it affects you. So, for the family members and the loved ones, pay attention to these type of things. You know what I'm saying? You sit down and you watch these people just deteriorating, and you be okay with it. And if that's what you do, that's what you do. It's okay. You know what I mean? I watch aunts die. I watch certain people die, that just wouldn't give up drinking. And I watched some that just wouldn't give up drugs. You know what I'm saying? And then I cried at the end because, what could I have done? It's a lot that we can done. You're learning right on this show. You're learning right here. You're learning some, you're getting some information and education that's being offered to you. Just take a little bit more, look at that, and look at self. You know what I'm saying? If you could sit on this live and agree, and you know what I mean, and send all these awesome, words back to me, you know what I mean? You gotta do better, in helping our loved ones. You follow? They just don't have to be the junkie out in the street running, you know what I mean, and stealing and living homeless and stinking and doing all of that. They could be right in our faces, you know what I mean? And that's just, what we say is okay because they're not out there. You know what I mean? They're not stealing from us. They're not doing all these things. But what they are doing is deteriorating. What they are doing is deteriorating the insides, the life that God gave us. And it wasn't supposed to be with drugs and alcohol and all that kind of stuff. It's just the devilish shit that man created and man done, and we got trapped and we did it. You know what I mean? Because it made us feel good, and it made us challenge anything else that we were doing. You know what I mean? A lot of people is having these strokes. A lot of people is getting this prostate cancer. We getting lupus. We getting all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Man, we need it. We need our inside. We need all the strength that we have in our body, minds, and soul with this wicked ass world. This thing is changing, y'all. This thing is crazy right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? So anything that I can do to help save somebody or put a word in somebody, I'm going to do it. And I hope that I'm doing it on this live. You know what I mean? Took me a quarter century of my life to get sense in my head. To come out of that goddamn street, to come out of them damn society. And then it added on another quarter of a damn century because I challenged it. You know what I'm saying? And now I hope I pray, and I'm going to pray, and I hope that I don't see myself going back to anything else. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take my medication. I'm going to use my tools. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep on spreading the word that my Father, my God, told that I promised that I would do this. I'm going to continue to do what I do. You know what I mean? I'm going to continue to soldier this thing because this shit comes from my heart. This thing comes from reality. You know what I mean? This is not something that's made up. This is not something that I think I believe. This is something that I goddamn know. You follow what I'm saying? This is something that people are struggling very hard with that cannot get their lives back together because they don't have the right tools or the belief or the strength, you know what I mean, or the hope to want to do it. You know what I mean? But we got to let them know. We got to let them know even if they don't want to hear it. At least we playing our part. At least we playing our part instead of always saying what they are, what they become. Look at them. I don't want them around me. That ain't part of my family because we ain't like that. We ain't like this. Every individual in a family is an individual person. Yes, we was raised in certain ways, but the devil is vicious, and the disease is the devil if you ask me. And once it gets you, it plans on keeping you. And once it gets you, it plans on killing you. You know what I mean? So some of us have to be woke up Some of us have to be talked to. Some of us have to be grabbed. But we have to know that this is what is in front of us with these people, with people like myself. I know I'm living proof. You follow what I'm saying? I thank God that I got my looks back. I thank God that I got my weight back. I thank God that I got my senses back. But I know that I have a disease that I'm stuck with. You know what I mean? And I understand it today, and I believe in it today, and I'm fighting it every damn day of the week. I ain't well, I'm sick. And I don't have a problem with surrendering to it. Because this disease that I live is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Believe me, it's cunning, baffling, and powerful. And believe me, I'm scared of the little hussy. You know what I'm saying? Because she pulled up on me a couple weeks ago, I shared with y'all. You know, it's not only about using, it's about changing my thinking too. I can't change my thinking and go backwards. I got to keep my thinking going forward. You follow what I'm saying? I got to have peace in my heart. I got to have peace in my life. I got to be able to deal with the people, places, and things that I live upon. Damn, I like this shit. I love this shit. Hey, Mo. I'm by myself, girl. I can't read half this shit, but I'm going to read it after, after this thing. You know? But I see your hearts, and I see your love, and I see you listening, and I know you're hearing me. A lot of you are. And even the ones that don't speak on this, I hope that you hear me too. Hey, look, share these things. If you didn't know, tell somebody. You know what I mean? If you know these people, and these are your loved ones, these are your babies, these are your children, this is your mother, this is your father, this is your grandparents, you understand what I'm saying? This is your cousin, this is your girlfriend. Hey, you got to look out. Even if they don't want to hear it, say it anyway. Say it anyway, because when they're ready, they will be ready. Just because we say it and just because I'm on this live don't mean everybody going to take it and say, okay, I'm going to go do this shit. You know? Don't mean you're going to say, okay, I'm going to surrender now. Don't mean you're going to say, well, this is a problem for me. Not all of it is the problem, but just some of it is the problem. Hey, whatever you recognize is a plus. You follow what I'm saying? Whatever you recognize is a plus. Because like I said, you don't get it all in one day. You know what I mean? And you don't make those decisions and those choices in one day either. You follow what I'm saying? This thing takes time, and it does, but you can't waste the time. You have to just do it. You have to just do it. You know what I mean? Because we keep telling ourselves, well, we don't need to do, or I don't need this, or I don't need that, or I can't do this yet, or I got to do this first. If you got a problem, you got to surrender first. You got to get the medication. You got to get yourself right, because you're going to continue to say, I can't, because that's the ingredient that disease done put in your cake. You know what I mean? I can't, I won't. I got this to do. I got that to do. Hey, just do it. Just do it. Because you got to start. You got to get it started. But you got to be willing. You got to be willing. First step is you have to surrender. You know, you have to surrender. You have to know that this thing is greater than you. This thing is vicious. And you have to find a higher power greater than yourself to help you. You have to come to believe in this. It's just not something that you do. These are your emotions. These are your strengths. These are you wanting to do and wanting to get better. These is getting a conscious contact with a higher power. You know, you're getting the best one to have your back is your higher power. You're coming to believe in something greater than yourself. You know, you're coming, it's giving you the strength, you know, and the hope, you know, to fight this disease. You know, it's allowing you to do what you can't do, what you know you should do, but you still can't do it. So it's giving you the surroundings of people who have battled this same disease that had gone through the same thing you're going through. You got to be around the people who you want to be like. You have to be around the people who's going to give you all this positive energy. You can't go back to where you used to be because you're going back to what you used to do. You don't need to be around all of that. You need to change your people, places, and things because you have to change your decisions now. You have to change your choices now. You can't want to go back to the same place you came from because you're just setting yourself up. This is why we share. This is why we tell our stories. This is why we say what we say, because we know we walk the walk. We live the life. I live the same life as an average fucking junkie. I am a junkie. I can say that with nothing to it. You know, because it's the truth. I have a disease. I have a disease that's cunning, baffling, and powerful. I have a disease that will never leave my soul, my mind, my heart. I have to keep it in remission. I have to keep it out of my way with one word, 2 letters, 1 syllable, and it's no. It's so simple, but it's not simple. But when you start living the life, you say, damn, all this time, all I had to do was say, damn, no. But I didn't know how to say it. No wasn't a word that was a power word to me. Hell, no was one of the first words I ever heard as a baby. No, baby, you can't put your hands in your mouth. No, baby, don't touch that. No, baby, come away from there. No always saved you. No always was there for a reason for something not to happen. You follow what I'm saying? And we become grown-ass men and women, and we start living the life that we chose to live out there, first getting high by society, you know, because we got to be this person. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to drink. We got to drug. We got to party. We got to do all this shit. You know what I mean? And then we get out there and we lose ourselves. We lose ourselves to a little word that we can't say today, and that's no. No, it's not. What in an addict or a junkie's mind? No, it's not even in the vocabulary. Disease won't allow you to remember that the word exists. You got to learn these things. It's a lot of learning to it, just like any other religion, just like any other thing. You know what I mean? You got to learn. You got to learn about it. It's just not going to a rehab. It's just not going, you know, into the one and say, well, you know what? I'm just going to get clean, and you don't have no tools to know how to work with to stay clean. And I'm not saying everybody, because I know people who just stopped getting high and God blessed them. But did they change their thinking? No. So what's for us as addicts and alcoholics is what's for us. You follow? We have a line of tools. We have a book, you know, and 12 steps that we come to believe in to help us restore our sanity. It's not like you got to just stay in one place. You know, I believe in God. I believe in Islam. I believe in church. I believe in a whole lot of things. But I know what works for me, and what works for me strongly and keeps me in total touch with my higher power. My choice is my higher power. My higher power is God, just like anybody else's. So how I perceive him is how I do. It works for me. But that don't mean I don't believe in your God. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what you call your God. God is God. To me, it's only one. You follow? A lot of people, and a whole lot of people call God all kinds of stuff. But it works for them. I don't feel as though you could judge me and tell me what name or anything that I have to have on it, because you can't tell me he don't work for me. I've received my blessings. And I have patience for any others he's going to send down upon me. Because guess what? They keep coming. And for as long as I believe, you understand what I'm saying? As long as I'm doing what I know he wants me to do, it don't matter what you think. You follow? You can talk to me. You can tell me things. I learn from everybody. I learned from everything because, one, I learned how to listen, and my higher power gave me that power. It gave me that strength to learn how to listen so that I can hear and I can see. You understand? I don't have a problem with asking questions. I don't have a problem with not knowing something. The only way you're going to find out is if you ask the damn question. And that don't make me dumb if the question sound dumb to you. That make you dumb because you said my question sound dumb. What the hell? That's how I see it. That's just me. What's this say? Denise Doward Jones, Cola Thomas, yes. But sometimes we have to have the strength to know when to say no. Absolutely we do. Absolutely we do. Some people could say, okay, I had enough tonight. I'm going home. And that's what they do. I ain't saying everybody is like me. I ain't saying everybody is a junkie. I ain't saying everybody is abusing and using drugs. I'm saying the drugs and the juice of no matter how much you do is abusing you. It's just doing it quietly. That's all I'm saying. You follow? That's all I'm saying. And I know that that is real. I know that poison and toxins is definitely not for the body. I know it's definitely not for the insides. You know what I mean? And I know that they make it to make us feel good and enjoy it and party and control it and all that stuff, but it don't stop it from being a weapon. It does not. That's just me. Everybody's entitled to their opinion about whatever I say. I'm just talking what I feel. I talk with how this thing works for me and what I've gotten from it and what I get out of it. You know what I mean? I'm talking, you know, a talk that me and thousands of other people talk, but that don't mean this is going to work for you. That don't mean that you're going to come to believe in it. You know what I mean? To each his own. What works for one may not work for the other. But I know who hears me, and it works for you. You know what I mean? You take whatever you hear from it, and you build your bear. You follow what I'm saying? You build yourself back up again. You acknowledge these things to yourself. You know what I mean? There's nothing that makes me feel good that makes me throw the hell up. You know what I mean? Or I done overdrank where I got a freaking headache that's killing me. And ain't nothing good about that shit. I experienced all that stuff. This is just me. You know what I mean? I just come to recognize it and I come to see it. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can be a person that think that you're in control of your drink and end up drunk. You follow what I'm saying? That's what intoxication does. That's what alcohol does. You know what I mean? And this shit happens all the time. I see it all the damn time. But you know, like I said, what works for one may not work for the other. You know what I mean? But I do know it's not doing no justice inside. I do know it's not doing no justice for the human body. I definitely know that. Because anything that takes you and changes you from who you really are and how you thinking and what you feel, and something's going on with that. There's no doubt. You know? My opinion. My opinion from just walking the walk. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So I hope my brothers and sisters and whoever needs this and whoever, you know, can get into this and dig into their truths. You know what I'm saying? That, I mean, what we need it for. I don't need shit to party. Not on a day. And y'all know I was a party animal. I don't need nothing to party. I'm partying right now. I'm having a hell of a time. You know what I mean? I'm flipping, back flipping, break dancing. I'm doing all kinds of shit to hell inside. You know what I'm saying? But you can't see me doing it. But that's what's going on in my head. You know what I mean? It's dancing all around that puzzle that I put back together again. And I still got pieces that got to connect. You know what I mean? Because it never ends. It never stops. You follow? So again, what works for one may not work for the other. You follow? So, you know, I love everybody being on here. You don't even have to be an addict or an alcoholic to come on here and talk. You can bring some other information to people. You can be a person who's using right now and come on this show, because we need to hear, see, and know and try to help you too. We need to hear, see, and know what you're saying that keeps you from getting clean. We need to hear all of that. All this is helping the next person. All of this is no shame to you. You're a human being just the hell like I am. You understand what I'm saying? These people are human beings. They are somebody's people. They are somebody's child. They're somebody's mother's, father's, grandmother's, sister, brothers. You know what I mean? And some of them out there are yours. You know what I mean? We can't give up. We can't give up on them. We got to keep praying for them. We got to hope that they can learn how to want to get better. You know, because disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And it's hard. It's hard as hell. It's not easy. It's not simple. It's very hard. And they want to be loved. They want to be loved. But disease will erase that emotion from their brains, and they just can't feel it no more. It silences it. It numbs it where they can't even feel it no more. That's the power of the sickness. That's the power of the drug. That's the power of the alcohol. And again, you know yourself. If you drink too much, you do things and say things that you don't even remember you said. Or you do things and say things that you didn't mean to do. You know what I mean? Well, this is the same thing it do to us. We just continue to do it. Hey, this thing is real. This thing is real. Real, y'all. I'm feeling this shit. I really am. This shit is going through my damn body like the Matrix. Y'all ever see the Matrix? All this shit going through me like the damn Matrix. You follow? And I hope tonight that I help somebody. I hope tonight that somebody heard something. You know, I hope tonight that you'll share this information. You know what I mean? And talk about this with people that you know are dealing with this situation. A lot of them don't even want to hear it, but guess what? At least your effort was to try. At least your effort was to do it because you love them. You follow what I'm saying? And you know in your heart that you did what you needed to do, or you tried to help somebody. You follow? Because believe me, they don't know how to help themselves. They don't. You know, and another thing I wanted to say tonight before I even go off, I wanted to express the fact that this is holiday time. You know what I mean? And this is a time where disease is just like prowling. It's just like prowling, you know? It's waiting to take us down. It's waiting to get the best of us. You know, we're going to be around everybody. You got drinking, you know what I mean? People smoking weed, drugging, doing all the things that they do, having fun, partying, you know, all that. You know what I mean? And sometimes your disease will have you miss it. It'll have you miss that feeling, and it'll just be like this. Just there, until it can push your ass right back where you was. You know, be aware and be alive and stay alive. You follow what I'm saying? You be around some people, you call some people, you know what I mean? You tell people where you at, you tell them where your mind is, because sometimes you can't control your mind because you're young at getting in recovery. You're young, you're not very strong at this point. You know what I mean? And for 1 minute you're scared. You follow? Because we deal with scaring, and fear is a big thing in disease and recovery. Big thing. We fear so much because of the we don't have enough power, strength, you know, and will and hope in ourselves to fight. You know what I mean? Because disease is going to constantly fight you as long as you're fighting it. You know what I mean? And when you put it in remission, it just locks itself down and say, okay, I'm going to get it. She on top of game right now. But guess what? We still got another day. And if you get past that day, it'll say we still got another day. Just like we saying, I got another day clean. I got another day without this beast taking control of me. You know what I mean? The beast is saying the same thing. Okay, you got another day. You know, or you got another day. Aha! I almost caught you. Just like they did me with that bride I was telling y'all about. You know what I'm saying? And not that I wanted to drink or drug, but it made my thinking shift. You know what I mean? It started shifting me. And the thinking is what keep you sober. You have to know how to change your thinking in order to stay clean, because you always have to be aware of the sickness, you know? And for the addicts and alcoholics and the recovering addicts that on here know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Some can't connect with it, you know, like we can connect with it. You follow what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying is powerful. You know what I'm saying is the real deal. You know, dealing with the awarenesses of this sickness and of this disease, you know, and of the subconscious mind that is sick and still suffering, you know, the power and strength that this sickness have on us, you know. So stay aware. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't have to go to certain places. You don't, I mean, we have to give up some things. We got to give up people. We got to give up places, and we got to give up things. And it'll hurt us. Disease is going to make it hurt even more. You know what I mean? But to save yourself, you know, and to keep yourself right, and to keep yourself alert, and to keep yourself alive, sometimes no has to mean no by any means necessary. And that's all the time. That is a powerful tool. That is the word that keeps you sober. That is the word that keeps you safe. No. Ain't that some shit? Just this one little word, 2 letters and 1 syllable. No. And we can't say no. We can't put no in our vocabulary and know that it is the antibiotic of recovery. It is the medication that keeps you clean. It is the pill. It is the shots. It's all of that. It is what keep us clean. No. No has to mean no by any means necessary. You understand what I'm saying? By any means necessary. You follow? So again, I appreciate everybody coming on. Be alert and be alive of this sickness that floats around in these holiday times. You know what I mean? I hope I said it enough and you heard it enough where it'll stick up in the head. You know what I mean? Call somebody, get somebody, remove yourself. You follow? Remove yourself from this place. You know? Go to a meeting. They always open. They open 24/7 every day. You know what I mean? You got a meeting all day long somewhere. All you got to do is, you know how we use these phones. Get on this phone and look them up. You follow what I'm saying? Call somebody who you know that supports you. You know, be around people who you know you're going to get the support from. You follow? Pick and choose where you're going to go. You know, because 9 out of 10, we know what's going to go on. You know what I mean? This is what I mean by wisdom to know the difference. You know what's going to go on. You know what I mean? So if you're not strong enough, or you don't think you well enough, or you can do that, hey, look, don't go. People got to understand that you just can't come. And for whatever reason is your reason. You know, so with this disease, we have to be alert, and we have to be on top, and we have to give up some things that we used to like to do. You know what I mean? Because right now, we still a little, some of us are still a little young at learning and holding yourself down. You know, this is why we have each other of sponsors and, you know, NA meetings and AA meetings and CA meetings and Al-Anon meetings. We have that because that helps us. You know what I'm saying? And it gives us somebody that we can call or we can talk to. They got hotlines. They got all that stuff, y'all. Get on these phones and do what you got to do. But you got to say no. No matter how strong the pain, no has to mean no by any means necessary, because this too shall pass. And that pain will only last because you haven't been drinking or drugging and in your mind. You know what I mean? If you haven't physically been doing it, you're doing a great job. That's just disease working on you. That's him trying to break the puzzle pieces up all over again. That's in the brain, up in that matrix. Don't let it happen. No means no by any means necessary. And again, y'all, share this live. You know you can go to YouTube to see all the lives that we have shared together. You know what I mean? If you missed any or you didn't see some, look, it's worth seeing them all. You know, ain't that right, Denise? It's worth seeing them all because, Denise, you've been there from day one. I love it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that has come on this live tonight. You know, y'all know I don't care about time no more. I wanted to talk about a part of this. This is what I want to say, and I hope this can hit somebody, and I hope you can get it just like it hit me. And I heard this being said. At this particular point in our lives, us who are trying to learn how to get clean and learn how to get better and learn how to help the people who can't help themselves, it's a matter of us as an addict. We are in construction. Oh my gosh, when I heard that, the word construction just went through my body. It went through my body. And construction, I said, you know what? That is what we're under. We are under construction. We are under construction. Think about that, y'all. Think about it. Just that word. I told y'all, words are vicious. You know, and in our minds and in our states, and if it's all for the good, we can connect it. We can connect it with the lifestyle that we are living. It is under construction. I will use that from this day on. I hear it, feel it, see it. You know what I mean? And can surrender to that. My body is under, my life is under construction. I hear you, Trees, because you are the one I got that from. You know, I was listening to her live. You know what I mean? And she said that, and that thing just blew my mind. I said, wow, you just described what I'm living. Beautiful. Beautiful. You know why? Because I was listening. I was listening, and I heard that. I heard that, and guess what? I see it. I feel it. I'm living it. We all under construction. Thank you, thank you, thank you for those words of wisdom. Beautiful. And I'm going to continue to use we're under construction. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, cousin. Thank you so much. Thank you too, Mo. That is 100, girl. You know what I mean? I could start shouting out a little bit of people. I think I went over some things that I wanted to go over. I want y'all to do another thing. You know, just keep taking inventory on yourself. You know what I mean? Because we all have something that we need to recognize, or, you know, if you're content with yourself, so be it. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. You know, when you there, you know what I mean? I have nothing to say. But if you know that you're not there, just keep taking inventory on yourself. You know, take a little inventory on yourself more than you do anybody else, because, you know, it is you that it starts with, and it's you that it's going to end with, you know. And hey, LeBon, how you doing? and I do it all the time, and that's what make me, stop and check me out sometimes. I do it with my thinking, you know what I mean? I do it with, just to keep up on myself. Now what have I worked on enough that I can move on to work on to something else, that it has filled that puzzle piece up here, and connected where I could function by it. You know what I mean? And I could function by my truths, and just live, in my truth, with knowing that, I have a higher power greater than myself, that loves me, and gives me all these ideas, give me all this strength, give me all this talent, give me all this credit. I mean, just I believe in him so much. You know what I mean? And I know that he's real. You understand? For me, and I'm just so blessed to be where I am, and I'm so blessed to be able to offer what I have to somebody else, and thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget, you can go to the website, www.livinginmytruth.com. If you want to make a statement or you want to come on the show, you can come on without being here on the couch. I can add you in on the live. You know what I mean? So, I don't question you. I just say, we come on and it's real and raw. You follow me? You know what this is all about. You know what you want to talk about. You know what you don't want to talk about. You ain't got to talk about everything about you. It's just something that you might want to talk about today. You know what I mean? It just think about it. It's just a beautiful thing to have somebody who's listening. Of course, devil is always around. You know what I mean? But we're going to keep him out of this. We're going to keep on doing what we're doing and keep on helping the next still suffering and the next person who's dealing with situations and they need somebody to hear and listen. You know what I mean? They need somebody to share and talk, and give them some good advice and some education and information, So again, without you, I can't do it. I can't do it all by myself. I only know what I know. You know what I mean? But all of you all that shares on here, you're helping each other. I love to see the conversations that goes on. I love to see y'all respecting each other. You know what I mean? And putting things out there. Some is questionable. Some is like, I don't know this is and what is. That's what this show is all about. That's what this thing is all about. Realness. No fake shit. This shit is authentic. And that's the way that I want to keep it. Because I'm going to remain this way. I'm going to be authentic. You follow what I'm saying? My shit just going to be the way that it is. And it everything ain't for everybody, but who it is for, you know what I mean, is going to join right in and just help me to try to help, and help somebody else. That's all I'm trying to do, so thank y'all. I appreciate everybody for coming on. You guys got me. I got to come down a little bit because, like I said, I feel like goddamn Neo right now. Goddamn shit going all through my body. You know what I mean? Like the Matrix. You can't see it, but I'm feeling so amped up and good. God damn, I'm loving this shit. I'm even saying the shit word. I done said it about 10 times just that quick. You know what I mean? So it's time for me to pump my brakes. Yeah, you follow? But look, God bless everybody and have a great, great, great Thanksgiving. Don't forget to be aware is to be alive. Don't forget that we are sick, for the ones of us that are sick, and disease is prowling, and he's always there. He is cunning, baffling, and powerful. But we have a higher power, that defeats it. You know what I mean? That whoop it down and to keep it down as long as we believe. You know what I mean? So y'all keep believing, and help somebody else. Pray for all the still suffering and suffering addicts today, all the poor, all the weak. Just pray for the world because it's in a terrible position. It's in a terrible position. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And I thank y'all. I thank you so very much. I do. So I'm not going to hold everybody any longer. I can't wait to get back to next Wednesday because they come like this. I'm telling y'all, it's like Monday and I go to sleep, after Friday is Wednesday. And I don't have no problem of it. Don't forget about my cups, y'all, my glasses and stuff. They're out. They'll be out. And I have T-shirts. You know what I mean? Because I want to do some things for y'all. I want to do some things for us. Y'all know my mind when it comes to having something or doing something. You know what I mean? I want to make this nice. I want to make it good. I want to make it pleasant. I want to make it a place where we all can come to. You know what I mean? I want to do some of these things live. You follow what I'm saying? In an audience, just like we can all get together and have a great time one night. You follow what I'm saying? So I have plans, and you know, God is putting a lot of good things in my head, you know, to bring us closer together and together. You know, so I mean, I'm going to be announcing it. I'm going to have it on my website. You know, if you need to know it, and I'm going to start having things on the website that's going to be up and coming. You know what I mean? So I will let you guys know on the 4th we got Q. Q is coming on. She dishes, y'all. Get prepared for this. And when I tell you this girl has a story to tell, she really do. You know what I mean? And it's been taking her a while before she wanted to come on here. And Q has a strong story. And God has blessed her, you know, and she's been fighting this disease for quite some time. And she's doing a hell of a job at it. And she wants to come on and share her story, her strengths, her hope. She told me, you know, I could say what I want to say. I could tell my story. I said, you say what you want to say. You could tell your story because people listening. Your story going to relate to somebody else's. You follow? So tune in. Make sure y'all watch next Wednesday. I'm telling you, she's going to open this up just a little wider. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for anybody that needs to speak, anybody that needs to share, anybody that is willing and open to come on here and share their stories and their strengths and hope, you know. And if so, now you can go on that website and you can type it right in. You know what I mean? And when you ready, you ready. When you ready, you ready. You know, I can sit here by myself all day and do this thing. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to force nobody or make nobody come in. You have to want to do this. This is something that you have to want to do. So again, y'all know I'll get to talking and keep on going, and I don't want to do that. Y'all finish cooking your turkeys and all your good food for tomorrow. All that good food y'all going to stuff yourself up with. But don't forget that disease is hungry too. And disease is going to try to eat too. You know what I mean? And it's going to be quiet as it's doing it, but it will be loud in your head if you do it. You know what I mean? And it's going to take you back right where you left off. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'm going to say the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God's will. Okay, so I will see y'all next Wednesday. Thanks for coming on. Y'all can show me some hearts before you get off. Let me know that you enjoyed the segment of today. You know, y'all, I call it all kinds of stuff. Segment, show, live, podcast, whatever. Well, you know what the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. I'm going to send some back, y'all, because I'm trying to do good with that and be good with that. Even on your, when y'all send me these... y'all messages on here and everything. So thank you, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Enjoy your holiday.